Hey, what's happening? Just another layout update. Just give a couple, haven't done much, but kind of been busy. So I got actually these two cars today in the mail. It's a California Highway Patrol and a Subaru Impreza WRX. I also got my the crossing sign, bridge, whatever they call it. That's just one part of it. There's actually, I didn't make this long enough. This was actually a curb, so I got to redo that. It's actually going to extend out past the sign here. The crossing arms, they're going to be right behind it. In the center over here, one right here, and one right here. So still deciding on which ones I'm going to use. They have the Tomar, which are $150, come with the gates. That's just for two, so it'd be $300 to do the intersection. Or I can get the NJ International, which are $40 a piece, but don't look as nice, don't come with operation, or don't come with the motors to operate it. So just putting that one off till later. Made some signs for my Caltrain station. It's not 100% prototypical because these signs are actually on this side of the track facing that way, but they're kind of cool signs, so I went ahead and made them anyways. Just take pictures of them, of the actual, that's how I've been making all my signs, just taking pictures, printing it on glossy photo paper, and then cutting it out, and then the sign is just basically brass wire glued on the back, and then just paint the poles, and they come out really nice. And they're sturdy too, because if you use thick the gloss paper, it's strong enough to hold them together. The other thing I just did, I just remotored my Athearn P42. This thing, typical Athearn ready to run. It doesn't run really well. It was noisy. It took a whole lot of voltage to get it started. So what I used, I bought these off of eBay for a while ago. I got a really good deal. Got them for about $7 a motor. The only bad side is that they're 2mm shafts, which Athearn has 1/8 shafts for their flywheels. But Northwest Shortline just started making their adapter bushings again. So these are a 2mm inside diameter to a 1/8 outside. So what it does is it slips over the motor shaft, and then it can slide into the flywheel. And then what I use is just a Northwest Shortline puller to actually pull the stock pulleys off. This is the motor, but I had extra pulleys. The performance is just so much better. This is my other Kato. I have it pulling a freight cars, just doing a break-in to make sure it runs and I'm not having any issues. But before, it would take about speed step 45 for it to actually start moving, and that was even after adjusting the CVs for the starting voltage. So now right now speed step 20 gets it moving, pulling about, I think it's about 18 cars right now. So much quieter, so much smoother. The other problem I was having was one of the wheels was not centered from Athearn. So as the engine would go down the track, it would do this. It would wobble. So the way I figured it out is I just had it running, and you can actually see the wheel. It was going like this. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. I had extra wheels, so it took about a minute and a half to change out, and wobble went away. So this engine's pretty much done now. A while ago I'd put the Details West detail kit on it, so it's got all the brake rigging and all that. And then I actually made a, back it up. Actually made a plow for it out of a Details West 155, because nobody makes one, and they're actually much narrower than a standard plow, because I wanted the MU doors open. The only thing this model is missing is the HEP cables, the HEP. I was going to wait to put those on until I changed the motor, because I knew I was going to change the motor eventually. So now I can actually do it. So they're going to go from here, so from the body down through the chassis, and then that'll pretty much complete this one. And my Kato is done too. This is the one that I put not a lot of detail work, but the Kato unit, all I did was add the AC, changed out all the grabs with metal ones, and put the airline, and then I added the ditch lights. Is it trying to modernize this one so it looks a little more in place, and then I also added LEDs to the strobes. So the one other thing, the last update is for my engine facility I started work on. I bought the material for it a while ago, but obviously I didn't buy enough, so I got a lot more work to do. So I'm going to do the there's platforms for the inside for servicing. It's an overhead crane, and this is actually offices that stick out. So basically building this from photos and Google Maps, trying to get measurements. It's to scale, it's the width is correct, but in real life this thing's about 4 times longer, but I just don't have the room for it, so I'm trying to compress it. Still doesn't, I don't think it looks too bad compressed. Oh, and the other thing I did was I added all this clear polycarbonate to the edges so I don't have anything go flying off the edge. And I don't know if I included this in any of my other updates. I also have it so it's spaced so that when it lifts up for the bridge. I built this locking mechanism for this, so basically I can't do this one-handed. You it goes down, locks into place, and then this bolt head down here holds it in place, and then I just put a screw over here for the polycarbonate, so it just limits its travel so it can't overextend. I'll try and set the camera down and see if I can get a better shot of it in action. So it just folds up, locks into place, the bridge comes down. When you want to lock it into place, just fold it out, and it prevents this thing from being hit over. And basically built it out of spare parts I had a hinge laying around. This is a drop leaf brace. And then down here for the bolt, I just used one of it's kind of the hammer in threads. And it just sits up against it. It's all oak, so it shouldn't push in. That way it keeps my my bridge from crashing down and either knocking myself out or anybody else out. And that's all how I relocated my USB adapter for the NCE. I put it over here. Before it was actually on this underneath here. I also found out that if you cross the wires for the cable, this is where it comes in at. I accidentally crossed it and switched the two power cables, and you can actually blow one of these up. The capacitor blew up on this other one. I was just going to change the capacitor, but I didn't want to risk damaging more stuff because I don't know what else got fried. So another $40 down the drain. Other than that, nothing much else has changed. So if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and leave them. See ya.